What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, the one and only Big Drewski, and welcome to season 2 of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. A lot has gone on. A lot of decisions have been made. A lot of experience has come from this past 2 grows in the homemade Space Bucket and the Rain Man model that we have gotten from our sponsor, Rain Man Space Bucket Micro Grows. Make sure to check them out on Etsy, and you can check them out on Instagram as well. Going to @MostlySafe8 on Instagram. That's mostly safe with the number 8, numeral 8, right behind that. And you can find them on Instagram. Their Instagram also has a link to their store, and you can see what the Rain Man model is and what we're growing in and what we're using. We have the Apollo Horticulture 180 watt UFO LED 12-inch, and we have a Galaxy Rodero 135 watt UFO LED that we're also using in our second Space Bucket. That's going to be the homemade one. In the Rain Man model, what we're using right now is we've got from seed Tinkerbell. We'll talk about that later. And then we're going for another Granddaddy cross from Oasis Cultivations out here in Las Vegas. So, as promised, season 1 recap. We started June of last year. No, April. Sorry. April of last year with the unknown bag seed, and we made our first Space Bucket. A lot of revamps went through that. I think we went through 3 different changes before we got our final Space Bucket setup, and the third change was adding the UFO. The second one was adding more fans, and the first change was changing the fan placement. We had it really low on the first bucket, and we figured that wasn't going to work once we needed to get to a bigger pot. And so we moved the fan up towards the top of the bucket, and then we added an exhaust fan, and then we made a fan spacer. Then we changed out the Mylar to foil tape. We added a red-blue LED strip to a spacer, and then we got the UFO and all that. Of course, with the growth in the beginning of it, it was a CFL. It had 4 bulbs, 1 exhaust fan on the lid. We ran with some heat problems in like the mid-veg stage, right before we flipped the flower. Then when we flipped the flower, we topped it by accident, not knowing we were topping. I thought I was just gonna like pretty much smush the stalk to get it to bend, but I broke the stalk, so I just ended up topping it. That was like mid-veg, so we let it veg out for like another 3 weeks. Then we flipped the flower and did all that. In the flower flip, everything went well right until the end. That happened with the heat problems that we were having in the house, and that one died. June, we got another setup going. Was it June? I think it was in June. We started the Granddaddy Perp Cross, and that was when we got, what I did was I kept the CFL going, and then I put the UFO on that. Then we got the Rain Man model, and I switched everything out, and we've been going from there. Had some more heat problems. Everything was great. On both plants, we've been using Nectar for the Gods Nutrients, the sample pack, with the recommended dosage from seedling all the way up to flower, until the heat problems just killed both plants. And that's season 1 in 5 minutes. But, you know, we learned a lot. We learned about heat and temperature control in your space bucket, especially with fans, making sure you got a cool environment to keep it in. You know, just making sure that if you have people around that can help you out while you're not in the vicinity to make sure that your space bucket's doing all right, ask them to help, like dead serious. That'll be the best thing for you. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, just make sure that you check your nutrients, check your pH balance in your water. You know what I'm saying? If you have something as flexible as like the Nectar for the Gods nutrients, for example, thank you for Rain Man Space Bucket Microgrows for that as well. But if you have those nutrients, know that you don't have to stick to the regimen that they give you. You are able to change out what you feed your plants, and we learned that one in season 1 as well. But mostly we were waiting now for the fall to pop up, and that's where Tinkerbell comes into play. The season 2 opener, Tinkerbell under 180. So we used a seed that we got from the Rain Man Gardens. It's Tinkerbell seed. It's, I believe, indica in lineage. We don't know the specific properties of this one. So it's named but unknown. I started it from seed approximately about 2 weeks ago. Maybe about a week and a half, maybe. And in that time, from seed, it took a few days to pot the soil. We've been feeding it just pH water. I was going to start mixing up seedling newt, but seeing that I'm going to have to transfer it soon, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for early flower. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that nutrient regimen up from the Nectar for the Gods sample pack kit. Gallon of water, all your nutrients, and mix, you know what I'm saying, make sure you pH and feed. And I'm going to transfer Tinkerbell that's in that little half-gallon, 1 gallon pot that it's in right now to a 3-gallon smart pot inside of the space bucket with the 180 watt UFO LED, and then we're going to go from there. So another, you know, short bushy growth, and I believe it's due to the LED. I remember with the CFL, even if it was close, it did stretch. So I know about the height issues that you can have with LED, especially if you don't have enough room and your plant grows on your light, like you will fry. When I say fried, I'm cooked. Your plant, especially at the top, everything else will keep growing, but your top itself will die off just because of the heat and because of the direct light. But other than that, we know about that. We know about, you know, height issues, so we have enough spacers. We have our LED light spacer that we're going to be using here. Looks like in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get that added in there, get that going. And then other than that, you know, we just got to watch height. We got to watch nutrients. We got to watch then for, you know, balls. Because only in cannabis is when we want females and we don't want males. I'm looking for all girls. But the way this thing's growing, it's not lengthy and spaced out. This thing is a short, stalky little bush. So I'm kind of excited to see what's going to come from this, because I do believe we have a female on our hands. So we're just waiting for that. I've been watering daily with pH water, and we're just watching that growth. In the next space bucket, my plan is to do another Granddaddy Purp cross from Oasis Cultivations. I do have some seeds in front of me. I'm thinking about, you know, going once again. I want to get a Purple Grenade. I I just want to get one grown. It's like, if I can get one grown, I'll be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't be a problem. The fact that I've gotten all the way to flower, watching flowers, like watching buds build out, and then death just imminently hit like a fucking freight train. That was the disappointing part for me. But now that we have cooler conditions, it is fall here in Vegas, so conditions inside have also cooled down, which is a lot better for me. So in a few days here, once I transfer the Tinkerbell into the 3-gallon Smart Pot, then I'll soil and go from seed on a Granddaddy Cross. Purple Grenade's looking pretty promising, but I do have 2 more I can try out. So, you know, I don't want to limit myself into anything that, you know, I mean, shit, it's weed, you guys. It's cannabis. There's so many strains to try. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. So, you know, to see that I have all these options in front of me, and it's a few options. You know, I'm excited to see what's going to happen, especially with Tinkerbell going and as fast as it's gone too. This is another one. I think it's the LED lights that are making this grow so fast. But with this Granddaddy Cross and seeing what Granddaddy Perp and the other one, the Purple Grenade, I forgot what the cross was. I'm not looking directly at all my labels, but to see that whole thing build out, I know the potential in these seeds. So I've got a few options. I want to do another Purple Grenade, but I've grown 1, 2 flower, didn't get to see it fill out, so I might do it again under 135, and you know, go for it one more time. But you know, that's going to be the thing that we're going to talk about here in a quick second. But I do got some bills to pay. You guys, I need you to go to trybarkbox.com/whatar. When you go, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff for your dog that's like the coolest stuff in the world. You got toys, treats, snacks, beds, little outfits, everything picked for your dog to be comfortable, to be happy. I've got 3 dogs myself, and you know what I'm saying, I like all these picked from the US and Canada, you know what I'm saying, just right for your dog, especially the dog food options. The dog food options are really cool. We got, you know, some healthy ones. We're not going to do any more plugs than we have to, but I need you to go to trybarkbox.com/whatar, and you're going to get a free month added to your subscription, or you can opt in and get the free option that they have right when you go to the page. The landing page is going to pop up. It's going to give you another option, so you can pick either one. But you know, if you support our channel, you're going to support by going to trybarkbox.com/whatar and treat your dog, man. You know what I'm saying? If you love your dog as much as I love my dog, you're going to go to trybarkbox.com/whatar, and you're going to get your dog some really, really cool stuff. Seriously. Now, let's get back into it. I'm excited to see what's happening right now, especially with this Tinkerbell growth. We know nothing about it other than it's got an indica lineage. Knowing that, I like that the growth that I see right now, short, bushy, real green, stalks getting nice and thick right now. I mean, even as a seedling, with a few nodes, I could top right now, and then keep it in this pot, wait for it to heal itself, grow out a little bit, and then transfer. I could do that. But I do want to get in its final home so it can stretch its legs out a little bit and get to growing, and I can hit it with some real deep nutrients and get the ball rolling on this extreme growth that I want to see from the Tinkerbell. Knowing what we can do with the UFO LED, man. The only thing is that I needed buckets for more height. That's the only thing that really killed off these plants, was I didn't have the buckets to add for spacers to get height, and knowing that, and then these couple in progress. That's all we can say. So we're gonna go for luck this time. We're gonna go all out. I want to do another one. I do. Growing weed is addictive as hell. So, you know, I just like getting my hands into it. I like seeing the growth, especially on a daily basis. You know, having to leave my house, come back, and then look at what you have in your hands. It's super awesome to know that you're gonna smoke this like in a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it cures, and then you know, you dry it and all that good stuff, and then you get to roll up and you get to smoke. And it's like, dude, I do this. I'm smoking. And in season 2, we're gonna get a little bit deeper into that and what its benefits, I would say, are to growing your own cannabis. We're gonna add a few more segments in, and we're also gonna, you know, change it up for you guys. I got some beats from Stacks, the producer. You know what I'm saying? Stacks 510, my partner. You know what I'm saying? But he makes some dope beats. So while you're listening to this, you know what I'm saying, you've been hearing some of his music in the background, and you know, we're just gonna get things going. So, folks, thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. I'm your host, Drewski. Listen to this podcast on any of your favorite platforms. You can listen to this on Spreaker, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and season 2 is also being emailed to Las Vegas Cannabis Radio as well. So when they do their streams, you will hear our show on there as well. So, folks, people us on Instagram at whatarewedoing_podcast. I know it's a long name, but as soon as you find us, click that you know, add button, follow us. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, and then go to Elevated Lifestyle LV. Follow. Go to the Spreadshirt store, link in the bio, and get one of our CBD t-shirts that we designed ourselves.